Hello and welcome to the Goddess Tulsa show. Guys, I didn't even put my hair on and I'm pretty sure you have saw that. But listen, we are not here for the hair. We are here to discuss um, Marvon Mccray and Andrea Mccray. They are a married couple. And before we get into the story, I want to say if you're a new subscriber, thank you for subscribing. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. Shout out to Cat Nunya, Cat in the house. Hello, Ebony. Ebony's in the house. Okay, so we got our housekeeping out the way. We're here, and I want you guys to hear something because, whew, guys, what's going on is really, really, really deep. You have a Caucasian, or I believe she's Hispanic. She's a Hispanic woman, and here, let me go ahead and stick her photo up. But she's a Latino woman, and she got with this black guy, and he was in the service, and this woman is Andrea, but she goes by McCray. What she did was she started this diet and she introduced it to her husband. And long story short, she said that he tried to unalive himself. And then she started giving him all these herbs and he started losing weight and just really a downhill battle um, with his relationship with her. And it gets even deep because this woman has a situation. She has a problem with her husband's mom because his mom had got pregnant at an early age. I want to say like 13 or 14. And she gave her baby, which is Marvon, to his grandmother. So the grandmother could raise him. And so now this lady is throwing that up in his mom's face. And it's just a lot going on. Ebony M says, please hit the like button. Thank you so much. Please hit it. Okay. Um, Here, let me go out and come back in because I'm freezing. StreamYard is freezing up. Okay. Are they in Yuma? Okay. Yeah, see, it's something going on with this. Give me a second. I'm going to get this message. Okay, guys. We are definitely back. Let me know if you can hear me in the chat. Please let me know if you can hear me in the chat. Okay, you know what? I'm not really sure what's going on with StreamYard, but um, I'm clear now. Okay, awesome. Okay. Um, Jessica says, hey, y'all. Hello, my love. Kanaya says, hey, Ebony. Hey, Ebony. Kanaya, guys, Tulsa. All right. So here, let me see if I can hear. Because on my end, it's really not giving me a lot to go on. I'm not really sure what's going on. Okay. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Okay. And gentlemen, so we are back. We are back. We are back. Please press a 7 if you can hear me. Oh my goodness. Okay, guys. Hopefully, you guys can hear me correctly. Here, before we go any further, I definitely want to thank you all for coming out to the Goddess Tosa show. Listen here, we are live, and you know things happen, but we are going to carry on. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get into it.
My behavior is going to be erratic all the time, boo. This is why I didn't show my husband my crazy until I got married, okay? I trapped him. I said, but now he doesn't look at it being trapped. He is happy that I trapped him, okay? Because he benefits. But yeah, it's not lately, it's all the time. Mother sucker, since I've been on social media, my behavior has been consistent. Psycho as a mother and very passionate with a big heart, but someone that don't take no bull. And so whenever...
So what do you get from that? Okay, what are your thoughts?
Okay, so it's really crazy that this woman gets on live. Okay, so now we can hear. So what are you guys' thoughts and opinions? This is supposed to be someone's wife, right? She says, "Oh, I tricked him. I didn't show him my crazy, and after we got married, then my crazy came out." So what it tells me is you set up and fetishize this black man, and once y'all got together, maybe from the history of the stories that you heard, oh, black men, they submit to the other race. And I blame that on these black men. Y'all going out here dating these other races and putting your race down. Yet you starting a real dangerous game. You're starting a real bad fire. Because this woman used this man's pain against him. This woman went all the way back to when he was birthed, and his mom gave him to his grandmother because she was a child raising a child, and this woman still don't understand that viewpoint. It's sad, it's crazy, but I did want to go ahead and read this article for you guys. Who is Dre Mccray? On TikTok, Dre Mccray has influence. In 2016, she began posting makeup tutorial videos, and in the following years, her following grew significantly. Dre Mccray is under criticism after posting videos on social media announcing the condition of her husband, Vaughn. People accuse her of exploiting her husband's terrible condition to gain followers and online attention. And Dre Mccray is a full name of the social media influencer, Dre Mccray. In 2016, she shared makeup tutorial videos to expand her fan base. She received compliments on her cosmetics skills. Her appearance, according to some, suggested that she was not a model. She was humorous, had a gift for cosmetics, though so many people began to follow her. She and Vaughn Mccray have been married for around 8 years. Although they only have one child together, they collectively look after 3 kids. 2 of the kids are the result of Andrea's precious union. Okay. Her social media fame grew over time, but some people began to find it strange. After some time of following her, a previous follower claimed that she started to feel strange and uneasy. She then started requesting money so that people may view her movies. Additionally, the information she initially shared evolved over time. She suggests divisive vegan diet while using herbs like kratom and kava. She did, however, raise some controversy as a result of it. Although those plants are supposedly acceptable, the FDA has not approved the use of kratom for medical purposes. According to the DEA, kratom is narcotic and chemical of concern. So pretty much, this woman here. Let me go ahead and read the comments. Hello, Ebony says hello. Cat Nanya and Just Cat. Cat Nanya said this woman is sick. Bragging about that. Sick and dangerous. She sounds young. Ebony says gifts are appreciated. Queen Toast's Cash App is beautiful 070707. Her PayPal is keeping up with Yo Queen. Zelle is queentosaoklahoma@gmail.com. Make sure you guys are hitting that Cash App, that PayPal, and that Zelle if you can, because a girl does need a coin. I'm not going to lie to y'all, but that's besides the point. Hey, KC, how are you? I love you and thank you for coming by. You know, my thing is, it is sick, it's disturbing, it's disgusting, and it's very low. It's very low. Okay, so now we're going to keep reading. What happened to her husband? The husband of Dre Mccray, Vonnie, has a history of service in the armed forces. According to reports, the pair had been married for 7 years before beginning the preparations for their legal wedding. But unfortunately, something went terribly wrong, and Vonnie is currently in a coma. On the other hand, Mccray is confident that the prayers she does for her husband will bring about his recovery. Mccray revealed to her followers on TikTok that her devoted husband, Vonnie, had suffered brain damage. The woman is currently concentrating all of her efforts on assisting her husband in his recovery from his illness. In a post that she published on Instagram on June 16th, she expressed her satisfaction with the outcome of Von's operation. In addition to that, she mentioned that the trach and the G-tube have been inserted. It is irrelevant at this moment what further information we have regarding his injury, the diagnosis, or the prognosis for his recovery. She stated that accurate information would be provided as soon as Vonnie was able to be discharged from the hospital due to her improved condition. Everyone will be moved by how much love and care Mccray has for her husband, as well as how much she has thought about and worked on his recovery. This will leave a lasting impression on all of us. Siberians accused Dre Mccray of abuse on husband Von Mccray. Von Mccray tried to unalive himself once, and the attempt hurt his brain. The police report says that they were having problems in their marriage and fighting with each other. When Dre found her husband trying to unalive himself, she cut the rope and called 911. The police took her husband to the hospital, but his family, relatives, and friends did not know what was wrong with him. Instead, they found out when Von's wife posted a video of him having a seizure. She said that her husband's being on vent was because he was feeling sick. Okay, so listen, y'all. Let me know what y'all think, what y'all feel about this. Kratom, yes. Cat Name says kratom, low doses, a stimulant, high doses, a sedative, highly addictive, causes psychotic symptoms, and psychological and physiological dependence. Yeah, they say that it's like, I can't say the word, but the OX, I want to say oxtails, but you know what I'm saying? The no, the opie, op, that word. That word. Yeah, it's like an opioid, and it's addictive. And like they said in the report, the FDA, it's uh, it wasn't right. Wow, Kat Nanya, thank you for that info. Walt Wana is here. She says it's lies. All right. Well, let's get into this article, and then I'm gonna drop the link so you guys can come up and definitely sound off. Let's see. Okay. Later, his mother found out that her son had tried to unalive himself. This was written in a police report. She went to talk to his wife about it, but Andrea got a temporary restraining order against her, saying that she fears for her safety. Bond's mother couldn't see him because of the restraining order, but that order will end on June 30th, 2022. She even ignored the registered dietitian's advice and fed Vaughn her own vegan food instead of Vaughn's. Now that Siberians know all the facts, they say that Dre abused her husband, who is in a vegetative state. Some people even think that she is doing something strange. One user thought she had already poisoned her husband with poison that couldn't be found. As the case is getting a lot of attention, people are making a lot of guesses about it on social media. Many people say that the influencer used her husband's terrible illness to get more followers on social media. So they think she doesn't care as much about him or worry about his safety. So people are asking the police to look into it and give Vaughn what's fair. You know what? I feel that 100%. I'll go ahead and drop the link if you guys want to come up and sound off and let me know what your tea is, and we can definitely get up into it. But before I start letting you guys come up, we're going to go for a quick commercial break, and we will be right back. Hello and welcome to Goddess Tulsa Radio. Make sure you're following us on Spreaker, iHeartRadio, Apple Music, Google Music, and YouTube on all of our platforms. We have After Dark, Hot Topics, special guests, and engagement here. If you would like to send Goddess Tulsa gifts, you can do so at P.O. Box 195, 1717 North Peoria Avenue, Suite 2, Tulsa, Oklahoma, 74106. And if you like to donate to the Cash App, it is beautiful 070707. Thank you so much for coming out to the Goddess Tulsa show. And we appreciate you. If you are new, we want to thank you. If you're a returner, we want to thank you so much. We appreciate you. And we will be starting the show here shortly. So hop on the train. All right. And thank you for that. So let's do some more housekeeping. We have Red Label Confessions and Reactions. Thank you so much for dropping in. Kat Nanya says it's as addictive as the opiate, but worse psychologically. Yeah, that is so harmful and it's so dangerous, and it's pretty much poison, allegedly. Kat Nanya says we can't even trust that he tried to unalive himself. Sounds like that was her doing. Exactly. And she's very, how it's coming off is she's very, she's like keeping her foot on the gas. Drop in and show some love. Thank you. Oh, she said she's sad fishing. She might be doing too much house thing where you purposely poison your loved ones to get sympathy. Yes. And just says, hey, Red Label. Hope you're feeling better. Yeah, I hope you're feeling better, my love. But you know what? This is the thing. What bothers me me the most is the fact that she is going online. Okay, here, give me 1 second. We are back. Hopefully, you guys can hear me. Let me know if you all can hear me in the chat. If you all can hear me, please let me know in the chat. Okay. So here, this is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. Hopefully you guys can hear me. But I think okay, now you guys can hear me. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Listen, I dropped the link. If you guys want to come up, definitely hit that link and let's discuss. Let's discuss. Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, sorry we had to jump in from another device. But however, we are definitely here. Give me 1 second. They don't want the message to get out, but I'm definitely going to continue to get this message out. Let's see. I'll get there, but doing okay. Thank you so much. Cat Nanya says, Red Label, hoping you're feeling better. M- Munchausen by proxy. Yes, that, that. So listen, I mean, just from you guys hearing the story and hearing her confession on camera, pretty much saying that she's always been off the chain. She will get down and through there pretty much. Like she's gonna get down through there. But what bothers me is we have to sit here and watch somebody be unalive slowly. And another thing that bothered me with her was this is the thing. She would record him whenever like if she feels like she wants to get something started, she'll get the camera ready first. And then she'll try to have a conversation with him. And then like she'll just like be frustrating him, like nagging him. And it's like he's saying, leave me alone, leave me alone. I'm trying to calm down. You know what I'm saying? Do you know if they're in Yuma, Arizona? I believe so. I believe so. Uh-huh. Yep. Yep. Oh, Jess, do you know where that is? Yuma, Arizona. Really is disgusting. Really is disgusting. And I'm not even and this is just on some real stuff. Let me see if I can share my screen. Let me see if I can. Let's see. Okay, I'm not really sure how to do that. That's 45 minutes from me. Oh my God. Listen, if I try to get some information And I'm not trying to put you in it, but if I try to get some information, like maybe you could scroll past, you know, there's a police report out, and I'm actually working on some information behind the scenes. Um, but now that I know that they have large marine base there. Yeah, he was in the he's a marine. Her husband is a marine, and this is the thing. I think he was like 20 or 21 when she got with him, and I believe there's a there's an age difference. She's older than him. So it was more of like a control thing. And I'm not gonna lie, I've been in a situation where I was the older woman and I had, my dude, he was 20, 21. No, he was, well, around that time, how old was I? I think I was like 20, 27. He was 20 and he was turning 21 in like a week. And so, yeah, but it was like I wasn't trying to control him, but then I was like a little jealous when he would want to hang out with his friends, and I'm like, well, I got us Netflix and chill. But really, when you're 20 and 21, you're just now starting to live your life. You're not ready to settle down. You know, you're not ready to settle down. When you're 20 and 21, you are not ready to settle down. Really, you just now getting into the tune of drinking because now you're of legal age to where you can have a drink now. You know what I mean? Hey Ty, how are you? Ty Lynette. We're in here, we're talking about Marvon Mccray and Dre McCray, which is his wife, that is that pretty much unalive, like is trying did took taking steps to unalive this man. Yeah. Horrible. Uh Hello. That cool. I'm surprised the police haven't been more involved. The police and Yuma are usually more on top of things. You know what? When this woman is that woman is a witch, allegedly. That woman gives me these vibes. Hold on. Yeah, that woman gives me these vibes that she's into that type of stuff. And another reason why I say that is because these herbs. I mean, this woman really she really lost her marbles to think that she's a doctor or think that she can, um, her word versus a doctor's word. She's gonna be in the right. And when I heard and saw that, I said, "Oh yeah, we have a bigger problem on our hand. This woman is a control situation, a control situation. That's exactly what it is. It's a control situation. She wanted somebody that she can. Is he still in a coma or passed? She is pure evil. Oh yeah, he's still in the coma. Yeah, he's still in a coma. He's in a vegetative state. But my thing is, this woman sat here. Her husband is having seizures. Listen here, y'all. Listen. This man is sitting over here having seizures in the bed, and you want to know what his wife is doing? She's got her recorder on. She is letting us know that this is probably his seventh or his eighth one. And what I want to know is how many damn seizures do he have to have? Like, really, how many seizures did this man have to have? I'm surprised. Ty, have you heard about this story? Have you heard about this story? Cananya says, one thing for certain, she should never be left alone with him unsupervised. It'd be interesting to see if he gets a bit better if she's kept away. You know what? Yes. And this is the thing. This woman has blocked his mother from coming to see him. Oh yeah. She's like, I don't know if y'all ever seen like Deadly Wives or Mary Mary Murder. It's definitely giving those vibes. She is a lunatic. Like she's been watching too much of Lifetime, and fame is a hell of a drug, y'all. Fame is a hell of a drug. She said, yes, I have. Girl, my husband has one seizure, and I'm going to need all the ambulances here to take care of him. That's crazy. Yes, yes. And then this is another thing. While he's in the hospital on the bed, she comes up to him and tries to smooch him or rub him on his face, and then he yanks away from her. Are you guys able to hear me, or do I have a delay? Hey, Sonya, how are you? Are you guys able to hear me, or do I have a delay? Okay. Okay, give me a second. Yeah, sorry about that, but am I better now? If you guys can put 3 seconds in the chat to let me know that you see me. Hello and welcome to Goddess Tulsa Radio. Make sure you're following us on Spreaker, iHeartRadio, Apple Music, Google Music, and YouTube on all of our platforms. We have After Dark, Hot Topics, special guests, and engagement here. If you would like to send Goddess Tulsa gifts, you can do so at P.O. Box 195, 1717 North Peoria Avenue, Suite 2, Tulsa, Oklahoma, 74106. And if you like to donate to the Cash App, it is beautiful 070707. Thank you so much for coming out to the Goddess Tulsa show. And we appreciate you. If you are new, we want to thank you. If you're a returner, we want to thank you so much. We appreciate you. And we will be starting the show here shortly. So hop on the train. All right, we are back. We are back. Okay, so uh Catnanya says the saliva thing was too much. If I was his family, I'd be outside waiting to drop kick her into next year. You know what? Me too. And this woman says, I want to spit on him. I want to spit on him. Like, how degrading is that? Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Listen, I mean, anybody in here, can you relate to this woman? Like, hey, Sonya, like, I don't know. It sounds to me like it's more. Sound like to me it's more of like she just wanted that control, and it's over money because she was making good money. She was making hella good money, but then her she wanted more. But I'm thinking that there's someone else involved that maybe she wants to get with. Come on, Bambi, Bambi, Bambi. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Bambi is barking all over the neighborhood, child. But hey, NICU, how are you? Y'all, I'm just so outraged. I'm frustrated at everything that's going on. Um, this is very sick. But you know what? This is what I said. I said, had it been, and I'm gonna be honest, I feel like had it been a Caucasian person, they would have been had somebody up out there. They would have been had somebody out there to them people's house. Uh-huh. This woman is awesome, baby. She actually rubbed her saliva all over him. Yeah, didn't you just think that shit was disgusting? Like, ma'am, you probably just ate a whole burger or whatever and didn't wash your hands or brush your teeth. And you coming up in here doing the most. It's a problem. I got a problem with it. Hey, Nick. Ty says it would have never gotten this far. Absolutely. But I'm saying the people that were sitting and watching this shit, like, because all this was happening over a period of time. I mean, this woman went, it's like I say, y'all, it's really like a Lifetime movie. This woman want to be a doctor so bad. She wanted, she wanted to control that man. She would start arguments with him just off rip. She would nag him. She know that he had PTSD. She know that that was a factor, but she gave no fucks. She gave no fucks. She had no fucks to give. And to sit up here and deny somebody's mother access to see their child while they're in the hospital is straight up. Oh my God. I don't even, that's a horrible feeling. That's a horrible feeling. Now I can see if the mothers say, okay, well, I just really don't want nothing to do with him. Okay, I can get that, but don't take that choice away from her. And it's like she got married to him so she can control everything. You had your two kids already. He's a young man, and that was probably a lot. You go from being single to not, having a responsibility for nobody. And then boom, here comes a relationship. She's got kids, you feeling her, and so on and so forth. But her vengeance with the mother is The reason why she's mad at the mother is because she said that when they first met, his mother didn't have any. She was hating on their relationship. Long story short, she said that the mother told him that she was too old for him. She already has two kids, and he needs to reconsider and live his life. And apparently, he went back and told the girlfriend, and so that's kind of where it started. And then, so if you think about it like this, if that's what happened when they first met, just imagine the tension after they were together and then they got married. Her sole motive was to gain control over this man. That's it. That is it. She wants the life insurance money and she wants to live her a different life. Uh huh. Yeah. And listen here, I know, our parents can do the most, but I feel like your parent knows best. Your parent knows best, and the reason why I say that is because your parents, they didn't live this life. They didn't been around. They didn't been around the sun. They somewhat know about it. But yeah, I can truly say, like, when I was reached the legal age to party and drink, oh yeah. I mean, I was doing it before, but when it was, I can do it legal and I don't have to, not be legal. Oh yeah, I jumped straight on it. But it really bothers me. And like I said, um, Kat, um, I'm gonna do my research and see exactly where they are located. Oh, but you said that was 45 minutes away from you. Do you ever go out in the area? Oh, Sonya said need to test them for antifreeze. You know what? You remember that lady? It was years ago, and I believe her husband was a firefighter, and she took him out with that. Sonya, do y'all remember that story? Yeah, I remember that story. Yeah, she wants him gone, and it's like she taunts him because he's in a state to where he can't move or respond, and she sits and taunts him. She puts on this stupid voice. Yeah. Like she puts on this stupid voice and gets in his face and starts to talking. He does not like that voice and he does not like her. One was a police and the other a fireman. Okay. Yep. And you know what happened? So was it kind of like the woman every time like she would make him a drink or something, she would just throw it in that, or anytime that she would cook, and over a period of time with all that stuff up in the system, it finally took him out. hmm it's crazy the things people will do. Like, why you just couldn't let that man leave? But I'm still stuck on this woman watching this man have seizures in the bed. She's recording it. She's talking about it. Oh, this is probably his sixth or seventh. Yeah, seventh one. This one was like 42 minutes apart, 56 minutes away apart, 42, 40. Like, how many seizures do he have to have? They need to lock her up. And you know what? God is so good because I don't stay in Arizona. Because you know what? I'm not going to lie. I would pull up. I would have pulled up on her. And I already had my action plan. I was going to pull up, have two strong dudes. You know what I'm saying? Two strong dudes with me. Pull up, talk to her, act like we selling some cookies, some Girl Scout cookies or something, and drag her ass out of their house. I mean, drag her off that porch and keep her in that front yard and have them go up in there and get that man, and we gonna take him to the ER. Um, Ty says when she was giving the kids instructions while she was driving home, and he was having a seizure was horrible. The sounds of him having a convulsion in the background. Yes, yes, yes. That was my thing too, because she's saying, "Oh, I'm always here. I'm taking care of him," but you left that man with your 21-year-old daughter and your 22-year-old daughter, and then you driving around town like you the fucking police. Why don't you let them call 911? See, that's the moment. That moment right there would have been a moment I had to go against my mama. That moment right there, she not there. I can call the police. Jessica says sad fishing pays good money. We've all seen it. Money makes people do crazy things. But sitting unalive somebody and people sitting watching that, everybody who put money into that, they gonna get what's coming to them. Trust me, they gonna get what's coming to them. Everybody that put something in the pot, everybody that went along with it and said that she was all good, and these are just herbs, y'all ignorant. That ain't motherfucker. Ignorant. Ty said she never told them to motherfucker. Yes, that's my thing. You know what? When I seen that, I'm like, okay, I'm waiting for her to say, okay, we'll call 911. Only thing she was worried about was don't let him get off the bed, and when he gets up, then he's gonna be he might be a little agitated. Let the professionals come in. No, this woman is sitting waiting for her man to unalive. She's waiting, and she's got those life insurance policy papers in her purse. Yes, she does. Yeah, she's got those life insurance policies, those life insurance policy papers in her purse. She's waiting. And when they had come to the house, when he was in the shed, and his feet was wet, his hands was right. They were saying that in the police report that she was a bit frustrated that they were even trying to help him, resuscitate him. I have a message I would love to get out to her. She's in Arizona. I would love for you to get a message out to her. I would love for you to get a message out to her. And you know what? How I would get close to her is girl act like I'm with the shit. Like, oh yeah, girl, you doing right. Don't let these people tell you nothing, girl. And get my hands on her. I will get my Lord. Now I'm gonna have to have Saya for that. I can't do that one. I'm gonna say Saya, get her while we go in here and get this man. Together we break chains. Production says, "Hey, my loves, I'm here in the bushes. Hey, baby, I love you so much. Thank you for coming by and supporting. Your support is everything." I tagged you in a post earlier. I don't know if you got it. Tyler Net says the video of her giving him that scoop of powder and then shut his family out. Hot mess. You know what? It is a hot mess. But Ty, let me ask you this, and I want to actually ask everybody this in the comments. You married to somebody. And okay, you feel like his mom didn't really care for you, but do you think it's okay for, your significant other, your spouse, to be in, you know, in an unstable condition? Do you think it's right to inform the parents, or do you think it's wrong to inform the parents? Just kind of say, hey, together, good to see you, friend. Yes. I wish somebody would hit this link. Y'all hit this link and come up and talk to me. Hit the link and come up and talk to me. You don't have to have your camera on. I just want to have an engagement. I just want to get this shit off my chest. I'm hurting, y'all. I'm hurting. This is hurting me. I'm not there to. Oh. But I'm on my platform and I am helping. I just really wish that I was in that state. I really wish I was in that state. So yeah, maybe it says, together we break chains. Hello. Uh Together we break chains says inform the parents. Exactly. Exactly. That was my thing. Totally wrong. Inform the parents. Exactly. Because listen, at the end of the day, like what if it was her in that position? Like I'm pretty sure she wouldn't want him to be telling her family like, "Oh, you can't come up in here because, you know, I don't like the way you addressed me the first time you saw me, or you judged me because I was black and she was Latino." And really, to be honest, y'all, and this is the God honest feeling, that woman is racist. That woman is racist. She is racist on the inside. And people always be saying, "Oh, people, everybody ain't racist." I know everybody ain't racist, but it's a good amount of people that are. It's a great amount of people that are. It's a great amount of people that are. And then this is my thing. Like the woman is delusional and loony in the head. She changes her voice. She um oh she gets like she speaks as though as like she's black, like a black woman. Like this is my thing. I don't care how many children you have by a black guy. I don't care about none of that. Like God bless the children. But mother, don't do that. Don't do that. Wanting to be black. Well, did you want to be black when we were getting our asses beat back in the day? Uh oh, we got somebody up in here. Uh oh. Uh oh. Hey. Okay. Hey,
Let me
lady.
find out. I've been sitting back here about 30 minutes.
Oh, Sonya. Look, I was up here on my phone. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing? I love you and I miss you.
Had to go to the dentist and got my gums cut back open. They had to saw down some bones in my mouth. Mouth hurting like hell right now.
Damn. Hey, Jessica. How are you? I love you and I miss you.
Is that my friend up here?
Uh huh.
What's going on, Jess?
Yes.
Hey, how are y'all?
Hey. We're
What's going
good.
on,
How you
brother?
doing?
I'm good. I've been enjoying listening to what you have to say, and I just would like to put some of my insight into what's going on. I used to be a follower of hers back in the very, very beginning, around 16, 17, and I just saw a progression go on that I just couldn't be involved with anymore. Um, and so I stopped supporting. I was a paid supporter. I had a lot of interaction with her and Vaughn, and I really loved Vaughn. I seen him as an amazing husband and an amazing father, and things just started to change. And I stopped watching and stopped supporting. And now that I've seen everything that's going on, my heart's just breaking, especially for his family. And the whole situation just is beyond me. She did not used to be like this in the very beginning. She was a much different person than she is now.
Wow. So you saw Vaughn like on her channel, like when he was up and moving, and he was a handsome man. He had weight on him, and it's like now if you look at him, you would think that's a whole totally different person.
You're absolutely right. That's exactly what I thought because, like I said, I stopped watching around the time that she started her jewelry thing and when she started into this big health kick. Just her interaction with her children was a lot different than what it used to be. But Vaughn, before all that, Vaughn was very much the head of his household. I mean, he was very well respected. She respected him as the man of the house. And I like that about their dynamic as a couple because I feel like we lose a lot of that in society today. And so I had a lot of respect for her and for Vaughn. And then just all of a sudden, everything just flipped upside down.
Wow. Okay, so let me ask you this. Being that, I mean, because I know my eyes weren't deceiving me, but when she said that, she tricked him, she didn't show her crazy side at the beginning. He got to see it after they were married. What are your thoughts and feelings about that?
Well, there was actually one instance that I remember that it was funny because I was in another chat or something, and a girl that was also in like the 100 club, which was like back when she was just getting under 100 views, which was I was in as well. I mean, I'm
Mhm.
talking like very, very beginning. And there was something that happened. He had a friend that was also in the Marines, and they started hanging out together, or they had always been friends. And she found out something that she heard from his ex, and she called him an abuser, this friend. And she refused that Vaughn be around that friend because of something that she heard. And when that happened, I was like, whoa, this is not the same girl that I started watching the beginning. And I could see these things coming out. And I don't know if that was the effects of the things that the herbs and things that she's taken, that the K word or whatever, but something had changed in her. So
Yeah.
I believe what you said about maybe her tricking him or whatever. I don't know, but and what you said before, yeah, he totally looks like a different person. He did. He had weight on him. I mean, he looked healthy, and
Uh
now he
huh.
doesn't even look like the same person. It's incredible to me.
Yeah. It's like, what I saw in that? That woman did a ritual to steal his youth. Because if you look at her when she first come out, nothing against the BBWs, but honey, she was a BBW and she was curvy. And as
Hmm.
soon as she started losing that weight, she started looking younger.
Hmm. Well,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, when she was pregnant with Raza, she was thin when they first got together. Then when she had Raza, she had put on some weight then. But yeah, it just, I think, I think there's a lot of unclean spirits there. I really do. I feel like there's a lot of, she's wrapped up in herself. She's wrapped up in all this, new fame that she has. I don't know what it is, but there's some things that's unclean around her that, have really damaged this man. And it breaks my heart. And if I had a message to get out to her, and my message is that, please, Drea, if you hear this, I'm begging and pleading with you. If we take all this other stuff away, all these channels and people that's trying to make you do this and these lawsuits and that, at the end of the day, what you're doing, that's put on your account. And I know that you, Drea, believe in God. I know that you do. And you're putting this on your account by keeping this woman from seeing her son. And you're a mother yourself. And this may be this woman's chance to set things right with her and her maker. And you need to allow that to happen. That is not fair for you to do. And you don't want to leave this world with that on your account. please make this right and let this woman see her son. And that's just the message that I wanted to get out to her.
Thank you for that. Let me ask you this. With that kratom,
Yeah.
what are your thoughts about the kratom and her pretty much forcing him to take it? Do you know anything about the kratom and how deadly that stuff is?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's not good. And I've also seen videos where she's given that to her children. I listened to someone a while ago who had taken that stuff that there was traces of the F word. I don't want you to get demonetized because I know that if you say the K word, you might. But off of
Oh,
the
the no,
okay,
ethanol.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So that there was traces of that in the K stuff. So I mean, just where is her mind? A person that would give her child that, I mean, she is just, I don't know. And if you look at the information on the case stuff, it says that one of the side effects is seizures. So he's getting seizures and you don't know why. And then things that are labeled poisonous from the FDA, she says, "Oh, give me 2 of those. You say it's poisonous, I want it." What is wrong with you, lady?
It's what I want to say. This is like a modern day. You know how it's a modern day lethal injection played out right in front of our eyes, except for there are no needles involved that we know of.
Absolutely. I agree.
I mean,
I,
just, you know, you see a couple and yeah, interracial. Okay, we get that. Y'all are in love, and then you're showing videos of one video that really ticked me off was she wanted to have a conversation. He was saying, no, I need some space. I need time to myself. And she kept wanting to push the envelope. Well, I want you to talk to me. Why aren't you talking to me? Talk to me. Talk to me. That would drive anybody insane. You know?
Mhm.
What are
Yeah.
your thoughts on men? Do you think men can be in the domestic violence?
Do I think men can be in domestic? Absolutely. Absolutely, they can be. I mean, my husband now was in a terrible situation. And when we first got together, I mean, I had to give him space and time in order to heal. And I knew in the very beginning of our relationship that he was not going to be able to give his all to me because he had to heal himself. And I had to give him that space and that distance because absolutely a man can be in an abusive relationship. And I mean, my goodness, look at Johnny Depp and what he went through.
Yeah, Amber Heard. Let me ask you this. So you said that you were a follower of hers. So like
Mhm.
once you start to see Vaughn declining, did you ever reach out in the comments and be like, hey, get him to a doctor or, you know,
Um, well, I did not, like I said, like when I stopped watching, and um, I stopped watching because of the reason, a few reasons. Her dynamic with her children changed. There were times
would
that
you mind
I'm
would you
sorry.
mind going into that?
Yeah, there were times that Raza needed her attention. And instead of stopping the live or whatever she was doing to give her child the attention, um, she would just continue on. And I don't play with that. Like, take care of your child. There's nothing more important than being a mother. And you need to take care of your kid. I don't care how many followers you have or whatever, but she would put that on her older daughters. That wasn't much older than him. I mean, like probably 10, 11, 12.
Yeah.
And she would, tell them, you need to handle this, put him to bed, do this and do that. And I'm just like, no. And I believe Vaughn was still on active duty at the time. And so he wasn't there. But when Vaughn was home, he was obviously taking a
Queen, I
lot of
got a
stuff
question
on.
for
But
you.
Yeah.
Uh, Queen,
Yes. Can you hear me?
my talking.
Yeah, but Sonya, we're talking about something else. I'm not interested in talking about the festival. I want to talk about Vaughn. What were you saying, Jesse?
Um, but I believe that Vaughn was on active duty at the time, so he wasn't there all the time. But when he was home, I mean, he was right in there helping. But as far as your question before, when I seen his health declining, I had stopped watching them before that. She had, I think the first thing on this health kick that she got into, and this is before she or he ever began to lose weight. All these things, this fame was getting to her head, and I just couldn't watch her anymore. I was just done with it. It was just too much for me. So I stopped. And had I seen something, I mean, I had built somewhat of a rapport with them in the very beginning. I believe I messaged her maybe a long time ago, and she's got back to me about a makeup related thing. But had I seen that, I probably absolutely would have said something. But I was just almost disgusted at that point that I just stopped watching. And then now going back and seeing some of the things that were happening in the meantime,
Yeah,
I mean, it blows my mind.
what's going on?
What's going on with what, Sonya?
I was talking to Jessica
Oh,
about the
um,
Airbnb.
yeah, but we're talking about Marvon and justice for him. Right now, I'm getting a little irritated because I'm trying to talk about this man and give him justice, and y'all are talking about the Airbnb and Essen Festival. Like, we gotta focus on the topic at hand. This is a serious situation. It could be any one of our relatives in this situation, and I don't want to discredit or take attention away from him, because that's why we're here tonight, guys.
Yeah, I mean, for me, where the way I feel about everything is that what's most important right now in this moment is that, obviously these children, I worry about the kids and I worry about her mental health too. I really do. And obviously for Vaughn and his family, that's my main concern right at this second, is that the kids are taken care of and that Vaughn's family gets to see him, because it's absolutely not right. It's not right at all. She's up here playing like she has control, and you know how some women are when they get in positions of control, that they will control whatever they can just because they can. And this is one
Just
that she just needs to let go of.
yeah. We do have some guests in the building. Hello, ladies, to the panel. We have Walt, and then we have Ty.
Hey,
Hey, how are you?
Hello.
Hi. Go ahead and sound off, ladies. Whoever wants to go first.
this what one. I'm gonna let her go first because I'm gonna turn on my TV.
Okay, thank you, my love. Go ahead, Ty. Welcome to the channel, and thank you for coming up.
Well, thank you for having
Sound
me. I do
off.
appreciate it. Appreciate the love.
You're welcome.
Well, I would like to say that I've been praying for this man ever since I heard about it. It's extremely sad. To Jesse, I really hope that your friend hears your voice. Um, Coming up, I used to see a lady that would have convulsions like that, timeless, numerous times, and it's no joke. Um, I don't understand what her motive would be unless she has some type of life insurance policy on him, as to why she would keep his family away, as to why she would not seek for him to get help. I believe she was giving him like pepper or something like that as a supplement, along with what else she
Cayenne
was giving.
pepper. Cayenne pepper. Ty.
I'm sorry, that disgusted me when I saw that. It just mm.
Yeah. But you know what? With that cayenne pepper, when I think about cayenne pepper, that shit is hot. And for it to, I don't, you putting it in somebody's mouth, like if you sniff that, that's horrible. On accident?
Can I just say that a friend of mine, his son is disabled. Um, he has full custody of him. His son is 27 now, and he has convulsions. Certain things, such as cayenne pepper, will set him off into a convulsion. So
That is
seeing that she's
crazy.
given him that as a supplement, like that set me off.
Yeah. Now, how did you hear about the story, Ty?
I was watching the story in another channel. They had like a compilation of their journey along the way. I didn't see the beginning of when he had weight on him and everything, but I was seeing when she was trying to pray over him as he was convulsing, and that burned my biscuits, honey.
Girl, it burnt my biscuits too.
Mm,
I damn near got the spatula and went the swinging. And I like
child.
I say, people, I don't know. It's like I feel like she's been watching too much Lifetime. I feel like she's been doing some research. I feel like they need to confiscate her computers, her phones, look through all that, because I feel like that she's trying to unalive him because she couldn't control him.
Oh yes, indeed. Hmm. But like you guys were saying earlier, I see I'm up here trying to do my hair, but I was listening earlier. That's why I didn't jump in. Um, she wants to have complete control over him, and now
Yeah.
that he's in the vegetative state, she's in her glory.
Oh yes. She's walking all in it. Did you see it? Like, and then this is some bullshit. But listen, check this out. You think that she's channeling Kim Kardashian?
Oh, child, she's had plenty of time to gather plenty of his belongings and pieces of. I mean, never mind. I ain't even go there.
No, 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 no. We want you to go there. Listen, this is no bars. Hell, we want you to come on here and speak your mind. This is your time. This is your moment, and you will not hold your tongue up in here. Now, sound off.
Queen, I'm trying to twist my hair. uh, but I think that she already has his soul. She has already gathered him.
Now, listen. I feel like spell work has been done. What are y'all thoughts on that?
Listen, Queen, this is the type of crap that happened to my grandmother, okay?
Give it to me.
And I had to break that curse, okay? So I
Hmm.
know all about it. I know all about it.
Yeah.
Well, like I said before, I definitely believe that there's some unclean spirits here. I really do. There's something unclean
Now,
about
Jesse, are you
her.
her friend? You know her
No,
personally?
no, I do not. I was
Okay.
just a supporter, like I would on her Facebook lives. No, and I'm glad that you brought that up. No, I do not know them personally. I invested a lot of time into them in the very beginning, when she started her channel and was a supporter of her, and then I fell off.
Mm. It really bothers me to see a black man suffering. And it's like she's a slave owner. Like she got her slave and she got him right where he wanted. She wanted him. And like he was pushed in the corner. I'm gonna say this because it's on my spirit, and maybe he's, this is in the universe of him saying it. But this woman wanted total power and control over him, and she tricked him into thinking that that was a supplement, but really it was a root that they use in a voodoo
Mm.
world, and she
See,
was putting it in his
you
food.
talking right.
She she put it in his food, and those that extra shit was just to hurry up and dysfunction his insides. And so what she wanted to do was she wanted to destroy those insides, because the less the organs work, the less possibility is for him to survive. That was what spirit just told me, y'all. That wasn't me.
Queen, can I tell you something?
Go ahead.
This whole story. I'm sorry. Did Jesse have something else to say?
Oh, Jesse,
Um,
I'm sorry.
oh no, no, no,
Oh,
no,
we
I
still
you're
didn't
got
want
Walt.
to. I didn't want to know. I didn't want to.
no, you're absolutely fine. But I did want to bring up something. I don't know if you guys listened to the audio of her talking to her friend, and where all you hear is Drea. You don't hear her friend talk, but they're having a conversation about a fight that they had, and how he left the house and then he came back to the house. She had her car blocked in the driveway, and she made up some excuse to why that her car was there. And then she said she moves her car and didn't think that he would go in the house, but he did. And then, but she's telling him outside that she wants him to stay. You can stay here. And then she says, then like the story goes on, and then she says, you need to leave and not come back. And to me, what you guys just said really resonates. Like, I really think that she is wanting total control over this man. And so, yeah, I totally agree with, what you guys are saying for sure.
It's for a financial gain. He was in the service. So of course, she wants to, and this is the thing, she's gonna be dressed to the fucking T. She's gonna have her makeup. She gonna, like this is like um a sacrifice. This is a sacrifice. A life. If y'all ain't never seen a sacrifice, this is a sacrifice. You got somebody. You got something on them. They ain't got no control. They ain't got no power. You got all the power. You get to say yes. You get to say no. You get to say no. Your mama can't come see you. And what you gonna say? You can't say nothing. That's the bullshit. That's
But
the
Yeah,
my
and it
question,
reenactment.
my question is, who the fuck gonna be dressed to a T at her funeral?
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Okay,
You
okay,
said something right there. You
okay.
said something.
I've seen this. I've seen this. My grandfather's mistress died as a fucking vegetable. Okay. Look, I don't even want to go into that story, but it was way too deep.
Listen here. Just so I can break the ice. Just so I can break the ice. My daddy, I call him my dad because he stepped up and he did the role. But he was a millionaire at one point in time, and he had a greedy daughter and a greedy granddaughter, but really the daughter was greedy. But my mom ended up getting pregnant. They found out that it wasn't my daddy's because the daughter had did a blood test. Well, my daddy still accepted my baby sister. Well, he ended up passing. My baby sister had to find out online. And I'm going to bring that story. She said that she wouldn't mind talking about it. I'm going to go ahead and have her on the show so she can let you know. People get very different when someone passes away. They get very money hungry. I mean, the list goes on and on. So to break that ice, I definitely want to bring her on the show so you guys can look, so she can give you her point of view and how she felt when everything was going on. We have Sparkle FF Baby. I'm glad to finally see a black woman speaking on this situation. Absolutely, my love. Thank you for coming. And there's a link in the chat. It's pinned if you guys want to hit the link and come up and engage. Waltwana, I'm going to read this comment and I want you to take off. Together We Break Chains Production says, so he is resting or is he still here? He's still here. Unfortunately, he is in a vegetative state right now, uh, brain dead allegedly. Hello, Miss Debbie Lowe. Hey, everybody. All right. Waltwana, the floor is yours. Go ahead and sound off, and me and the ladies will listen and chime in a bit.
Have I guess I'm in outer space. This is the first time ever hearing about it on your channel, just now. But yeah, I just was at a funeral, right, this week in Virginia. Remember, I said me and my family went to Virginia for a while,
Uh huh.
and she was 21, so it was my cousin's husband's sister's niece. She was 21. She was married to a man in the military. He had a life insurance policy on her, but at the time, she wanted a divorce. She got her divorce papers and all of that. She went into, she had an allergic reaction. Now, at 21, because I have asthma allergies, my kids have asthma allergies, you know what you're allergic to. You just know what you're allergic to. You know what you're not supposed to eat. So she went to the hospital. Her face was swollen a little bit. They gave her Benadryl, and boom, and it was not as bad. She was able to get Benadryl. The next morning, they called her and said that she was having an medical emergency, and her throat closed and she coded and died. This man had her cremated, only request one autopsy and report, and wouldn't let the family get it. And then they found out she had COVID, and it's just a whole bunch of stuff going on behind it. And then he was up there saying COVID killed my wife, and just a whole bunch of stuff where he said that she wanted to be cremated, but she never told her parents she wanted to be cremated. Now she's only 21. But then they asked the best friend, and the best friend said, yeah, but how do we not know the best friend and him was not in on it together? So
Exactly.
it almost sounds like the same. You know what I'm saying?
Same
It's
scenario.
because he was in the army.
Oh, that's deep.
Yep, he was in the military. She was not happy no more because, like you were saying, see, why I was coming from basketball game and cooking and getting the kids ready, so that's why I couldn't come up earlier. But I heard you say that in your 20s and your 21s, you're still getting to know yourself, you're still getting to know who you are, you want to
Yeah.
live. So
You want to explore.
maybe she figured out, wait a minute, I got married too early. And the last time they talked to her, she told them that she wanted the divorce. When she went into shock and all that, she said he told them that they were working it out. Why wouldn't she tell her mom that? 21. Didn't want. She wanted a divorce. Now she was
Well, you
now.
know,
Now
let
let me tell you this. What? Let me
well, let me
finish.
say this since we're still on this. Well, he was older and she was younger, right?
Yep. And he
Well,
was
guess
white
what?
and she is
Well,
black.
Well, listen, and he was younger and she was older. So I think like when people older, they get with these young people so they can control them because you didn't live your life. You know what life is about. And this person
Uh-huh.
is just getting started and trying to see what life is about and then you just take that away from them.
And then at the funeral, he came. So now I decorate, like I do decorations and the balloon arches and all that stuff. So at the funeral, so while I'm decorating, we're watching the funeral on live stream. And he goes off like, COVID killed my wife, and just like a train wreck, like crazy nonsense, like off the deep end. Like, what are you talking about? You should just be talking about how good your wife was, how much you loved
Do you have
her.
a feedback? You have your TV on?
Turn that down, man. How much you loved her, and he never talked about none of that. And then he was like, nobody never got the chance to see us get married because when they got married, it was COVID. They only went to the courts. So none of her family seen it. Nobody. Just him, the judge, and the witnesses that's at that wherever the justice of peace. He was
But
like,
see,
nobody
look at
got to
this.
see the wedding or anything, get to see us reunite and all of this. It was just a mess. And then he didn't come
So
to the
y'all were.
repast. He did not come back to the repast or her best friend.
So listen, let me ask you this: what was the mother and father's relationship with him if they were still alive?
Nothing. Nothing. They were
So
alive.
he
They were
didn't.
young. The mother's my age. She's about 46. There, and then the sisters were saying COVID didn't kill my sister. Well, off didn't break my sister. What happened to my sister. Stop saying this rumor. So I think they're going to investigate it. But because he only got one autopsy report and he
And
cremated
she
her body,
cremated.
yeah, she's cremated. What more can they do now? Because
Wow.
in the nighttime before she went to sleep, they just wanted to keep her overnight just to observe her. She was fine. She just had an allergic reaction. It wasn't even that bad that she didn't need an EpiPen. See, my kids have allergies. I have allergies. At 21, you know what you're
Wow.
allergic to. You know.
Yeah.
You just
Well, let me
know.
just say this. Um, just just hearing the story of this man, you know, I want to ask this question to y'all. Do y'all think that people can paint a narrative about someone and take advantage of them when they know that they don't have a voice? Do y'all feel like that's the case in this situation?
I do. I absolutely do.
Yes, because sometimes people be going through depression and anxiety and just shy and don't talk. Period. Like it's a whole bunch of scenarios around that people can paint any kind of picture, and because you're scared or you're not talkable or you're not sociable or you're not in tune with everybody or you're just like to yourself, you don't even know what's going on. Sometimes he could be out there painting the picture or she could be out there painting the picture and you don't even know she's painting here, she is painting that picture until
Absolutely.
you get it back to you, until it comes back to you and you're like, what, who said that?
What are
Yeah.
your thoughts, Ty? Oh, sorry.
No, no, Vamos, were you finished?
Oh,
I'm
I
sorry,
think she
yes,
was.
I'm muted, I'm
Oh, no,
sorry,
no.
yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure. So, hmm, when you were talking about that, how the narrative can be created, um, I don't know if you know about the African American woman who the MA said that she committed suicide, but she was found with her arms tied behind her back, face down.
What?
Did you hear about that?
You talking about the
No.
one in Georgia with when she was at the party with the
She wasn't in
sleepover?
the party. She was in her bunker. She was in her,
Okay.
and
That
I just have to be careful because yeah, I just have to be careful because I have family in the military, and the pictures shows her arms tied behind her back, face down. How is that suicide? They told her family that was suicide. How?
You
And
know
she was
what?
strangled. She was strangled. So, ooh, mm, I'm sorry. It's too much. It's too much.
Well, you
That
know
was not
what?
suicide.
I'm glad y'all are bringing these topics up because we don't hear these stories. And yes, these stories need to be investigated to the max. Silence is violence, y'all. We have to stand up. If we see something going on, we need to alert the police. We need to alert Facebook. We need to alert Instagram, wherever this shit is going on. And guess what, people? It's okay not to be okay. Go and get some help. Go and get that help.
I can
And listen
understand why my
here.
cousin now has PTSD. I can understand now why
Go
he
ahead and
has it.
right.
elaborate.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry, I muted myself. Um, no, I didn't realize until after he stayed with me. Um, just seeing his behaviors and everything, and then he shared a lot with me of what he saw. I can totally understand. The sad part is that he is not being provided the healthcare, behavioral health, mental health um, that he needs.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I mean, it's been times he was sleeping in his car and everything down there. He lives down south, um, and that really worries me. That's why he came up here for some time and then he went back. Um, so yeah, it irks me. I also work with I work in healthcare, so I deal with some VA cases. Um, just speaking to the VA to get an approval for them to come to our facility is a headache because they don't want to approve it.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Well,
it's yeah, it hits close to home.
so when you say that, your cousin, you kind of seen some behaviors from him. If it's not too painful, could you give me kind of some examples of like some behaviors that you saw?
So when he came and stayed up here, I keep cameras inside of my house, okay? Because we were never mind. We're very very close. Even from our childhood.
Mm-hmm.
I call him brother cuz. He calls me sister cuz. We're very close. He was the only child at first before his four sisters were adopted from Philly. Anyway,
Oh wow!
um, yeah,
Congratulations.
yes, yes, and they're all doing well as too. So, but um, when he came back from being out of the military, uh, he was a web designer. He's a web designer. He's IT wise, he's very very intelligent, but on the other side, he's very very paranoid. Um, I hadn't seen him in years. We had just video chatted. We were just video chatting when he was out and when he had moved down south, and so I didn't really see what he was dealing with. But when he came up here for that, for the for like a week or two, I really saw what he was battling with in his mind, and it's very sad. He was continuously like pacing around. Like if I wasn't here, because I mean, I had to still go to work. I worked 10, 12-hour shifts. So it's like when I was out of the house, he's just pacing around, um, nonstop, smoking nonstop. Um, I don't know. I don't really think that he slept, honestly. I don't think he did.
Can I
All
ask a
right.
question?
Yeah,
Be-
jump on in there. This is an
Before
engagement.
before he decided to go, did y'all try to stop him? Was it a concern to y'all?
I did. I did before he
Okay.
went into the military
Uh-huh.
because honestly, I was about to go into the military.
Okay.
Um, I was about to join the Navy actually. But then my father was diagnosed with um, cancer, but um, he ended up going in. Like I called him, I was bawling my eyes. I'm like, no, don't do it. And he still went because he felt like it was a great opportunity for him.
Because as what they offer, everything they offer,
What?
they're fake
Yes,
offers. They're fake
yes.
offers.
Hmm. And I mean, even though I mean he gained a lot of knowledge, but I mean he was very knowledgeable even before then. I mean, we would go. He taught himself how to play the piano. I played the piano. I played the drums. Like we're into like music and all that. Um, but for him to call me when the whole Malvo thing happened and they were still looking for, he was one of the snipers. So he called me. He wasn't supposed to be on no phone. He called me, and I'm like, "What are you doing? Like, why are you calling me?" And then I'm like, I'm glad to hear your voice and hear that you're okay. And I'm like, I love you. He's like, I can't say that to you while I'm in, in his gear. And I wasn't used to hearing that. It was when he was he yeah, it was deep, but I did try to talk him out of it. My mom called me and told me, and she got stuff mixed up as usual. It was like, oh, he's going to Afghanistan. He going up. So I called him crying, like bawling my eyes out, like, no, you can't. And he's like, what are you talking about? I'll be here, but I'll just. But still, some of the stuff that he told me was enough. I'll leave it at that.
Jesse,
And
did
a
you want to
friend of
go?
mine from
Did you have
school,
something
she.
that you? Oh,
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying that everybody we can go around in a circle and just share some experiences, just so we can bring awareness to the people that are watching, um, and just give information to people that may be watching. It's okay not to be okay, y'all. Like, and get some help. I really want to stress that part. Okay, I'll pass the mic.
Hey, this isn't really an experience, but I was waiting my turn to say something. But to go back, this is about Vaughn again. His I just wanted to speak up on his relationship with his family. He was so incredibly close with his grandparents, and I'm not sure if that was his dad's parents that raised him or his mother's parents that did, but he referred to them as like mom and dad, and they were the sweetest people on the planet. And he would go back east to visit them quite frequently.
Uh huh.
And I just wanted to speak on like how important family is to Vaughn. And Vaughn seemed to be a very forgiving person. Um, and he could empathize with people, and just like some of the ladies and the people that were in the group. And Vaughn was always very encouraging and had a lot of empathy, and he was one of those people that could put himself in someone else's situation. And so that just speaks to furthermore on how she's saying that she doesn't want his family, he wouldn't want his mom to see him. I call bull crap on that. I don't believe it. That's not in his character. He's not that kind of person. Just the relationship that he had with his grandmother, and I don't know if you all seen that video where Drea had put the phone up for his grandmother to talk to him while he had all the tubing and stuff in him, and he was on life support, and
Yeah,
she
at the
just said, "Please,
hospital.
Vaughn, wake up."
Mhm.
Yeah, it was totally heartbreaking, and you could just hear the love and compassion that she had for him, and how much this man's family loved him and how much he loved them. So yeah, I just wanted to bring that up too.
Thank you for bringing that up because it brings me to the point where there was a video of him. He was just discussing. I talked to my mom, my brother. He was very
Yes,
family oriented, and he was family oriented when he got with her. So it never changed. She had two
absolutely.
children already before they had conceived their child.
Yes, and in that same video that you're talking about, I don't know if you picked up on the fakeness from her, but I
Uh
felt
huh.
like the excitement in his voice and his eyes were so genuine that he got to talk to his mom and his family, and just the fakeness of her. Oh, that's great, honey. That's awesome. It was so fake. So fake.
Yeah, because she didn't want them to have a relationship. I mean, he even stopped going to see them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It was, when I watched that, I was like, just taken aback. I'm like, this man is so genuinely happy to see his family, and I cannot, your family is your family, and if I have a problem with your family, I need to keep that to myself. That's your family, and that's just how I feel. I don't know, you all might feel differently, but I wouldn't keep anyone from their family.
Yeah, but this is my thing. When you talk about that, that's why it's called family issues and family business. Like, ma'am, it had nothing to do with you, and you're sitting here trying to get your moment and um, taking this man down at the same time. And those kids, I really want them to get some help, some therapy, because she's a maniac.
Definitely.
Yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree with that. I just, you know, and what I said earlier, I hope that there's some goodness still left in her somewhere, that she can show these people grace. And I don't know that there is. I think that there is absolutely, like, Ty and you said as well, that there's an agenda here. And I just hope that there's still some goodness in that girl that I first started watching. And I've seen her progressively change into this person that is unrecognizable to me.
Jess, thank you for being so honest. Um, I need y'all to listen because I'm just thinking about this now, just that you were talking. Y'all come in, listen to me. So there's somebody that he's really close to down there. And she moved down there with him. He's in Tennessee. And he's been asking for me to come and visit. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna come. And I haven't. But now that I think about it, because she's been the one who says that she's 10 toes down for him, but I don't believe it. I don't feel it. She stayed here one night and I kicked them out. um, I'm just thinking, I'm listening to you, Jess. I'm listening to you. Um, mm. So I have 3-day weekends. Um, I'm going to spend a week, and I've been talking to him. I've been talking to my cousin. We video chat, not as often as we used to, but he's like, cuz you need to come down here. I'm going to go down there. I need to see what the hell is going on.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
for
And
sure.
you have a big influence on him. And I
Yeah.
say anytime you feel it in your spirit, go with your
Mm,
first mind because you don't want to have that regret. You know what I'm saying?
right.
We'll get in situations like, "Oh, I should have went with my first mind." We got to start doing it. And love on them, pray with them. And you tell him you call me anytime you need to talk. I'm here for you. I'm your support system. And, even give him like some suicide hotline numbers, prevention numbers, just in
Yes.
case, he might try
That's
to
been my
call
concern
you.
about him too. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So make sure you equip him with those numbers. Have him save them in his phone, and you just tell him, you God brought you this far. He's not going to leave you, and you strong. And even when he's comfortable, bring him on the show. We can talk. You know, I have PTSD. You know.
Yo, I think we all need to come together and just acknowledge that, like, we have issues mentally, and we he and I, like, we can talk for hours all night till sunbright, and but then I worry about him after we hang up because I'm like, I gotta go to work.
Yeah.
um, but he doesn't. Um, so then I did talk to one of my cousins up here. He's actually a police officer. He just keep. Hold on, I need to turn off this ice maker. I don't know if y'all can hear that. Um, but hold on.
Okay. Jesse, what were you gonna say, hon? Or Walt, Wanna? You still here, hon?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay.
I'm just listening, especially about the mental, because I go through depression and anxiety. So we all need to talk about it. It's okay not to be okay. I'm an advocate for that. I have the shirts. I advocate for that. It's okay not to be okay. And I do have PTSD. I lived in the projects all my life. Gunshots everywhere. You see guns, see people dead on the ground in front of your face, being shot in front of your face. So yeah, it's a lot to deal with. But when you have kids and you have a family, you just bury that down, and then it doesn't get dealt with, but then it is still there, and it still surfaces, and it still bothers you, and it's still in your brain, and it's still in your heart, and you still think about it, and that's when it's okay not to be okay and to ask for help.
Luana, can I ask you a question? What do
Yes.
you to go through, the traumas that you've went through, and your story is, I can't imagine, some of the things that you've
You-
went through.
you're breaking
But
up. Can you say it again?
I'm sorry. I said I can't imagine some of the things that you've gone through. What helps you now? Like, do you have a higher power? Do you go to therapy? Like what
I
works
don't.
for you?
I pray. I have anxiety medicine. They did give me depression medicine, but it makes you too loopy for me. But I do go to God, and then some days I can't get out this bed. It's like it feels like a force that's just like, no, you're not going to do nothing. You're not going to get up. But I have my husband here, who's always by my side. He's right here right now. Like he helps me a lot. And then when my kids, like, I don't know, like when my kids come around, I can click right out of it. Like I can be going through anxiety so bad. Like my anxiety gets to the point where it makes me want to go to the hospital. It's not like depression. It's not like, how some people have it and they want to blank themselves, or they want to blank somebody else, or it's not like that. Mine is just a sad, I get a nasty taste in my mouth. I don't want to eat, or I want to eat, or I just can't move. I can't do my kids' hair. I can't cook. I can't get up. I can't wash clothes. Like it is like that kind. And it's hard. Like it's hard. It gets to be hard a lot. But in the beginning it was like constant, every day, all day, nonstop for years. And then as I started to like pray, and my husband would help me, it got better and better and better. And it just not because where I lived at, it was because I felt rejected, because my dad wasn't around, my mom wasn't around, my grandma's raised me. So it's just a lot that. And then I'm brown skinned, and back in the 80s, light skin was in, brown girls wasn't ugly, this was a lot. So it's just a lot that once you peel the layers down, it's a lot. So that's why I decided to advocate for it's okay to not to be okay. And then I also have a son with autism. So them two are together. Like it's a company that's together. So I advocate for autism moms, and it's okay not to be okay. Because it is okay not to be okay. It's okay to go scream. It's okay to kick around. It's okay to scream to the top of your lungs, because that is my release. Like, because I will be fighting up and down these streets. I will be dragging people all day long. And that would be my release. And I would be okay. But I can't do that every day. Who can do that? So that's what I do. I pray. And my husband and my kids. My kids they can come around me, and I could be like crying, telling my husband I gotta go to the hospital, because the anxiety makes you feel like it almost mimics a heart attack. Like it mimics it to the T. Like the pain, the breathing fast, the heart racing, all of that. So I could be like, I'm ready to go. We're gonna need to go to the hospital. I gotta go to the hospital. I done went to the hospital over 100, probably maybe 200 times over it. And they just keep saying you have anxiety, it's your anxiety, it's your anxiety. But they're okay. They know me. They deal with me like they don't deal with me like ignorant or anything. But if my kids come around and they need something or I can snap right out of it like instantly. And I don't know if that's just being a mother, but I instantly can snap right out of it. I don't know. But it's
I'm
one
sorry,
day at
who
a
is
time.
speaking?
It's what Wanna.
Waltwana?
Yes.
Oh my God, girl, beautiful. Were you
Thank
finished? I don't want to cut you off.
Yeah, I'm finished.
I had the same issues when I warned my cousin about his funeral in a dream that I had, and he didn't believe me, and then he passed away, and it was a mass funeral. Um, so my doctor sent me for the whole anxiety test. I ran on the treadmill, all that, and all it came down to be they thought it was something wrong with my heart. It was back in 2009. He was only 33. Um, and it was just that, my heart was just broken because of him. But I commend you for still pushing forward. I commend you for still being here to help me.
Right. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
no problem. No problem.
And I
Because you do pick up the energy. Like, so my brothers passed away. The anxiety was even worse. Like, I felt like everything was coming down. And so, like, their pain that they were having and where they got shot at and all that, I can feel it. Like, and the anxiety was there. Like, it was bad. Like, so when people that you really love, it hits you hard. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
it does.
yeah, it does. I dream
Wanna
about
let me
them
say this. Oh,
and
I'm
everything.
sorry. Oh no, I was just gonna be vulnerable and say, I was in that phase where, I was just an anxiety, just leaving my house. I haven't really like if I leave my house, it's to the gas station or the market close by, and I'm coming right back home. But it'd be times where I couldn't get out of bed, because I was just so, I was depressed. I was stressed. I was paranoid, just going through the motions
I'm with
of
you, Queen.
an incident happened, you know what I'm saying? And it re-triggered me all over again. And it's like, I did talk to my therapist. I am on different meds, so they just changed my meds um, Monday, I believe. Well, last week I got them. But I'm on them, and I can say I feel better. I am motivated. Now the only thing is I need to get my sleep schedule, on point. But other than that, so far so good. But I just told my therapist like I've got to come in there and be honest with you. So Tuesday I'm gonna go to her office and be honest with her. And like I told her, I get all depressed like that, but it's like I don't want to be in no damn crazy, like the facility, the behavioral center. It's called the behavior center. Like I don't want to be
I
locked
get
up in
you.
no facility because I'm feeling this way. I don't want to hurt myself or nobody else, but sometimes it's just like I don't know. It's like something that I really can't explain. And you know what? Being a mom, I'm gonna tell you this. That shit can get stressful sometimes. That shit can get stressful sometimes, but um life is not stressful for me anymore because my kids are older. And so now it's like, okay, they're able to do a little bit more than they were when they were smaller. But my kids are my joy. They are my everything. They remind me to keep going. They remind me that I
Yes,
am worth it. I'm worthy, and I'm appreciated, you know, and they depend on me.
that's your joy.
Mhm. Jess, did you have something to say? Did you want to chime in?
Sure. I just want to say that just hearing you strong ladies really gives me strength. Um, we all have our own story and things that we've gone through, and my life took it got started kind of fast for me. When I was 18, I had my first child, my first son, and then when I was 19, I had my second. They were 10 months and 2 days apart, and then I had my third son when I was 20. And I was in a really abusive relationship at the time. And my dad was a narcissist. He's been really not so great to me throughout my life, but he's held in high regard in our community where we live. So I've always kind of been silenced about that, and how he's treated me, and hasn't always been the best. And I found out a few years ago that I have bipolar disorder, bipolar 2, which is sounds a lot like some of the stuff that you go through too, Watwana. And then the other day I was brushing my hair, and there was like some taps in it, and I was brushing it, and my husband was like, "Wow, I can't believe your head can take that." I said, "Well, that's one advantage of having depression, is that your head gets really tough, because there's days that you just can't even brush your hair." And um but things have been happening in my life lately, that I've grown my relationship with God, and that's helped immensely for me. And you really spoke a lot to me, Watwana, about you have a child with autism. I just found out that my 13-year-old 3 weeks ago has autism. 6 weeks ago, he was in the hospital because he was having suicidal thoughts, and then we got his diagnosis that he does have mild autism. So now we're able to get him the treatment that he needs. But there's days, and the same as you guys, my children are my joy. But there's just some days that you can't give 100% of yourself, and you feel terrible about it. But those days that I've learned now, with the help of God, I'm going to have those moments. I'm going to have those days. Just the next day, I just got to pick myself up and, try to work through it, and try to pray, and pour myself into my kids, and do the best that I can do so they can get the best parts of me, because when they were little, they didn't get the best version of me. So I just have to try every day to do the best that I can. But I just, I want to thank you all for sharing your stories, that it's really helped me. And I just think you guys are really strong and really brave women.
Well, let me just say this. Thank
Jesse.
you all. And thank you, Jesse, for being vulnerable and sharing that. This is a space for us. I know we're here for one topic, and, we're leading into another, but this is what we want. We want women. I want to form a group of women, and I have about 3 or 4 women in my group, but I want to add y'all along with it. Women empowerment. We have to uplift each other. We may not have the same experience, but we can get an idea of what you're talking about.
Right.
Ty, what were you going to say, my love?
No. Are you done? I didn't want to. No, hold on. I want to
Oh
say, are
yeah.
you done?
Are you finished or are you done? I'm done. Both.
It's all love, baby.
Yes.
Um, Jesse. So I have one nephew. He's in a higher spectrum of autism. Um, my brother didn't know that he had a son. He didn't know that he was his son until he was 6. So we all showed up at his birthday party. But we saw uh, what's the word? When we met his mom, we saw her mental state, and it was very off. She was telling him he's not smiling right. Like, he was posing with us. She's like, "You're not smiling right. You're not doing this. You're not doing that." This child had autism, and he was the most loving child um, ever. Now, I was a preschool teacher before I got into healthcare, kind of like being an admin, kind of like, pushing paper. But seeing meeting my nephew, he ran to us from their front door with open arms. Me and my sister, my mom, my dad, he ran to us with open arms. His first time meeting us. And my heart just melted. Fast forward now, he was 15 2 years ago. His mother overdosed and he found her. So he was at her funeral service consoling everyone else, telling them that it's okay. He is one of a kind. Um, it is crazy how my brother named. Now, me and my sister, we're 15 years apart from our brothers, my dad's sons, but all of his sons are named with Ty in the beginning of the names, including him. But he is an entire genuine sweetheart. I love him to life. I tried to develop a relationship with him before she had passed, before when she had custody of him, when his mother did. But I kind of cut that off because she was making everything like about my brother. She cut my brother's brake tire, his brake line in his car. Um, she was doing all kinds of
Who was
crazy stuff.
that? Who was
The
that doing that?
mother, the mother of my
The
my
mother-in-law?
nephew.
Oh, the
The,
mother.
yes, yes. So he was trying to develop a relationship. We were trying to, because we didn't even know that he was a son until he was um he was 6. We didn't know. She just out of the blue took my brother to court and was like, "You the dad," and, and the blood test came back, and he was the father. Now, mind you, he has twins. He has 2 other boys, by the same mother. Um, and then he had twins by one mother. So this other one, which was the last mother, she's the one who had the other son, and he had no idea that that was his son. He thought he only had 4. Um,
Oh wow.
but she was certified like crazy.
Yeah. And you know what? I really feel like Miss Debbie says my great granddaughter will be 2 next month. I believe she is on the spectrum. I recently talked to my
Mm,
grandson and he was open to it, which made me so relieved. We are in the beginning stages.
hmm
I have a cousin that has autism. And at first, my cousin, she didn't really know what was going on. He was having behaviors at school and stuff. And so, I know like she finally, got him treatment and he's going through his treatments and his therapies and things like that. And I want to say this, he's very respectful. I say God makes no mistakes,
absolutely. Um,
and I've been homeless before. And I thank God for it because, you know, we take it we take advantage of life on so many levels. We take life for granted, on so many levels. Some
yeah,
people are way less fortunate. Like, I know we have stories, but there's some more stories out there that are just heart crushing. And that's why I want us to get seek professional help if we are not already, and get into that good space. Talk to that therapist and get your work, do the work. Do your work on yourself. When we're young, we don't really have control. Now we're older. Now we're learning about resources. Let's take advantage of them.
absolutely, Queen. And one thing I'll say is, children who are autistic, they just learn differently. I love the study of the mind. And so when I first met my nephew, my brother's youngest, I brought him a whole thing of Connects, the helicopter of Connects. Before we left, before I even, I mean, I looked away just for about 10, 15 minutes. He had the entire helicopter fully built.
That's my son too. He does it with the little
Love
tiny
it.
Legos.
Yes, it was the Legos,
Oh
like
my,
the,
it's
because when I found out,
ridiculous.
I said, "Oh, he's autistic." Look, that's my type of tea. Let me get him what he needs, and I got him the It was like the helicopter, and it was like a another one was the like a roller coaster thing. That boy put that thing together before we left.
So he's on the spectrum of sensory.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's how my son is. He's sensory. So he's touch, sound, like stuff like that. He's sensory. So with Legos, like I'm not talking about the big ones. I'm talking about the little. He's 5. The
Yes.
The
little
little ones.
tiny,
Yeah.
the little tiny ones. He can put them together. He can build whatever he want. He can watch a movie one time and know every word from word, every movement, everything in the movie. His memory bank is so big.
And that's their specialty, and I love it.
Blessings.
I love it.
Okay. Yes.
And
The
when he was little,
creativeness.
yeah, and
You
when he
know.
was little, we used to call him a jack of all trades because he would be like washing a car. Like they had little power wheels, he'd be washing that. He'd be trying to put stuff together. We used to just be like, he a jack of all trades. But I noticed at an early age because he didn't like to lay on my chest. You know how babies want to lay on your chest
Hmm.
as a
Hmm.
baby? He never did that, and then he didn't talk. So he didn't talk. He wasn't verbal until he was 3.5, almost 4, when he started taking speech. Yeah. So, but
But I
his
mean, I love the way they learn. I love their thought
hmm
process. Um, and they're honestly they're much more intelligent.
and they're very. If you say something, you have to do it, and you have to, and you have to. It has to be
You have to
explained to
honor it.
them,
Yep.
and you have to
Hmm.
explain to them, and they have to understand it. And they're going to keep on asking you
Hmm.
in a certain way that you're gonna be like, okay, I understand what you're saying. We got you. Okay, buddy. We call our baby. He's the baby boy. His name, we nickname him Buddy because all my sons have the same first, middle, and last name. Don't ask me why. I didn't do that. My
Oh,
husband did it. So let's go on
Hold
to
on, you got
this.
some George Foremans.
Yes, I have.
period.
and the grandsons, child.
I'm loving it.
Child.
Yes.
So we call
Hey,
him Buddy.
Wawana, is your
Yes.
hubby next to you?
You know he is.
Give him. Tell him. I
Yeah.
want to introduce him to the ladies on the panel. We have a brother that is. Oh my God. He's a. Oh my God. Let me see. How? Look. Where do I begin? Dedicated,
Come through, Queen.
dependable, uplifting, um, king of the village, empowering. Oh my God, a breath of fresh air. Um, oh wow, protector,
Okay,
great
so
man.
I see
I
you.
wanted to introduce you to the beautiful ladies on here. This is our sisterhood. We have Jessie, we have Tynette. We wanted to introduce you.
Yeah, how you doing? Yeah, I was listening to your conversations. I heard a lot of stuff you guys were talking about. Um,
Yeah.
and I was listening to all the things y'all talking about when it comes to depressions and anxiety and all that stuff. And I mean, and I see everybody's triumphing winning because today you guys are here, so that means you beat it yesterday, so you're here today. You know what I mean? So like every day is just another day of victory. That the things, the depression and anxiety you guys go through, is you have the ability to win, to always get victory in that thing. And I see,
Yeah.
like it's good that you guys don't quit because like the world and when you're going through it at the time, things would make you guys have different thoughts. Because I'm always helping my wife if she goes through things. You know me, I'm gonna I don't care what
Yeah,
she, no
exactly.
matter what happens, she's going through. I'm gonna make sure I'm always there for her, no matter what. You know what I mean? But I understand it, and that as I see her go through and win and triumph all the time, I know that we get these things and I find out what she needs and how she can get past it, and I get an understanding of the thing. I understand what you guys go through. I understand on the physical
But
level. I understand on the spiritual level too. You know what I mean? It's it's like like when people tell you when people tell you like my wife, she'll tell you how she overcomes it and all that stuff and how she does this, that, and the other. And then when people speak the victory over it, it helps other people to get inspired and victory over it and understand that they too can keep winning over that thing. You know what I mean? As I know, and I do, like I used to look at it like I used to like right now I know it's a daily battle sometimes, but I guess over time you find a way to win, to get over it,
yeah.
to get by, to get
Yeah,
past.
because at first he didn't know
Now
the
let me ask
scripture.
you this. So being being a husband to your wife and her battles with that and having a child with autism, how were you able to balance that and like how were you able to balance that, and was it well, yeah, the question is how were you able to balance, your wife and then her battles and then having a child with autism? How were you able to balance the two and stay
Well,
strong?
well,
In the beginning, he was in denial.
yeah,
Let's talk about that.
yeah, well, in the beginning, I didn't understand. I wasn't so aware of the autism part. I'm like, okay, no, 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 this, that, and the other. Because me, I'm optimistic about everything. So I'm like, no, that can't happen. This, that, and the other. But in the beginning,
Yeah.
I was in denial of it, and then after a while, I understood what it was. But as far as balancing it, well, like I'm a can do anything type of person. So it's really not so much of balancing. It's just what's there and what needs to be done. So the balancing part is just gonna happen. Then love's gonna fuel everything. Because it's my son. I'm gonna always I'm gonna balance that. I'm gonna make sure I'm there and handle it as much as possible because it's my wife and I'm always over the hill in love with her continually, constantly, nonstop. I'm gonna do anything that's possible, no matter what happens. If I have to go and run to the next state to make her right, that's what I'm gonna do. So as far as balancing it, to me, it's not really balancing. It's just if it needs to be done, I can't do anything type of person, so I'm gonna make sure it gets done. Whatever needs to be, whenever it happens, I'm gonna be there for it, no matter what. I'm gonna handle my kids as my kids, but when it comes down to my family, I'm gonna make it happen.
There's no exception. So I totally understand that. So what you're saying is, when it comes down to your kid, there's nothing that can um get in the way of you giving it 100. You're gonna give it a
Right,
hundred all this time, a
right.
hundred
Like,
plus.
And
remember
then,
our other conversation, just like our other conversation.
when it comes down to my wife, nothing's gonna stop it. When it comes down to my family nonstop, I'm gonna move the mountains. That's in the front and
The
make it
lion
happen.
and the lioness. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. But I love that. I love that. I love how your husband supports you. That's why I always want to introduce people to your husband, because your husband is a great man. He's a great example of what a father, a friend, a mentor should be. And y'all have really helped me in my life. Well, if y'all know it or not, y'all encourage me to see things from a different perspective and be open to all type of change.
Hmm.
So I definitely appreciate
Oh,
y'all, definitely
We
100%.
we
appreciate
appreciate you.
you. We
We
appreciate
appreciate you.
you.
Yes. It's a
We,
lot of love. And listen,
yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna have Walt Warner and her husband on the show here soon, so they can do an interview and really break the ice and let you all know where y'all can follow them. They do host talent shows. Actually, they're here. Why am I talking? Go ahead and let the people know what y'all do.
You want to do it?
Yeah. So we do a lot of different things. We do the talent shows. We
Do
do
YouTube.
YouTube. We do skits and reality shows, and my wife does current events on YouTube, and we
I
and we
had
do
stopped for a while
yeah.
because I was going through a little battle. So
Mm,
if you notice, you will see just him on the lives for a while
yeah.
because I was going through a little battle. But we also help the community. We do like on Easter, we do Easter egg hunts for the community. We give out hats and scarves and gloves on Christmas. We coach little league baseball, basketball, football,
Boxing.
boxing. We do it's a lot. Like if you go on our channel, it's everything is what 1 325. You can see everything that we do.
And we haven't done it in like a month or a little bit of time, but
No, we did
I'm
Easter
not
egg
talking
hunt.
about that. I'm talking about we also do like testimony
Oh
Sundays.
yeah, yep. We
We
do
have testimony
testimony
Sundays where
Sundays.
we're kind of preaching. People come on, tell their testimony, and we give the word.
And nobody's judged.
Yeah,
It's no judge environment.
yeah, because you guys might not know it, but I'm also a minister, so preaching is what I do, and then and we do a lot of different things. We do a lot, but
Judge free environment. That's just because I know everybody when you hear church, people get scared, and
but it's not that type of
it's
thing.
not that.
Not that way.
No judgment. Because we're not God. We can't judge you. Like you got to answer to like I can't judge the next person because a sin is a sin is a sin, and I didn't sin like how many times a day? I think I cussed a couple times a day, and you know what I mean. So
Yeah.
just come on and be you
Mm.
and talk to us, and
It's-
if we can
I
help
love
you,
that about y'all. I
and
love that about y'all.
if we can help you, and if you need help, like if we can help, we
We're
can
gonna
help. We're
definitely
going
help.
to help, like whatever we can do.
Yeah, we're definitely
That's
gonna do.
just, I think that's what God put us on earth for.
When it comes down to it, we're going to perform this. We're going to complete the assignment that God gave us. And then sometimes we don't know what's in front of us and what we need to do, but then there's something. It'll just come there. Okay, this person needs help. Oh, let's do that. We got to do that. And then
Well,
and
listen, I feel like our sister Jessica, the spirit just told me, our sister Jesse, come off of you.
Yeah, I'm here.
Is it something? I feel it's something going on. Can we get a prayer for Jesse? And Ty, can we get a prayer circle going?
yeah. So you want us to pray for her?
Yes, all of
No,
us.
Jesse,
We all
yeah,
need prayer.
just pray.
Oh, okay. I just pray for everyone then. Okay, let's pray then. Okay, let's go. Dear Heavenly Father, we bless you, we magnify you, we glorify you because you are King, God. We thank you for what you're doing, God. We bless you, God. We know that you are God. Right now, God, you said that any two come together and touch, and we come together in your name, Father God, there you are in the midst. And when you show up, God, we know for a fact that you have what we need. You have provisions for us, God. So, God, right now, we pray right now that you touch everyone on this platform. You touch everyone that's connected to the platform, Father God. That you touch everyone that's connected to their lives and you bring victory in their lives. And that you, God, will show yourself strong and you will be God for them. And that, God, then when you show yourself strong and be God for them, God, that you will bless them and you will guide them and you will open their eyes, God, and you will walk with them and you will show them who you are, God. I pray right now, God, that you give them victory over every situation, circumstances in their life, that God, that you will bless them to a point that it overflows in their life, God, that you will open up a window and pour a blessing they don't have room enough to receive, God. We pray right now, God, that there's victory here, God. We pray right now in the blessed name of Jesus Christ that you bless them, God. I pray right now victory over their life, God. We thank you for being God for us, God. We thank you for loving us, God. We thank you for bringing us to today. We thank you for bringing us to tomorrow, God. We thank you that you are enough for us, God. Right now, God, in the blessed name of Jesus Christ, and we pray right now that victory is here and that peace, that they will have peace beyond all understanding, God, that you will bring peace in their life, that you will bring peace and they will know that it is you, God. And when we get on the other side of the blessing, God, we will give you the blessing. We will give you the victory. We will give you the grace. We will give you the mercy. We give you the mercy. We pray right now, but God, we give you all the praise, God. We'll give you all the praise, knowing for a fact that you are God for us. We thank you for loving us, God. We thank you for being there for us, God. We thank you for keeping us, God. We thank you for the hedge of protection you keep around our families, God. We thank you for blessing our children, God. We thank you for blessing us to even come to this platform this day, this time, this minute, right now, God. It is you, God, that that we give praise to, because you have done this for us, God. We thank you, God, and we know for a fact that when we say amen, God, that you will give us what we ask for, and that we will operate in the spirit of expectation, knowing and expecting to see you move on our behalf, God. Expecting to see you bless us, expecting to see you do the thing that you said you would do for us, because you are God to us, God. We pray right now, God, and we thank you in advance, God. We don't even need to see you do it right now, God. We pray to you and give you thanks in advance that you are God. We give you thanks in advance that you're going to do the things that we ask for, God. We even thank you for the things that we do not have the vocabulary to ask you for, God. We thank you for that. You are God. You are King. We know for a fact, God, that you will do this, because you said if any two come together and touch your name and touch and agree, that they shall have what they ask for, God. So we touch and agree right now that you will bless us, that you will give us peace on this platform, that you will give them victory, God, and that you will move them forth, and the blessing will overflow in their households, God, and they will know that it was you. In the blessed name of Jesus Christ, and we pray, and we thank you in advance for what you're doing, God. In Jesus Christ's name we pray. Amen.
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 Okay.
Thank you guys
Yes.
so much for that.
Jesse, what do you do, honey? Let us know. Do you have a channel? What is it that you do? How can we support you?
I don't I actually just uploaded my first video yesterday. I play the guitar and I sing like older church songs um that you don't really hear so much anymore. I mean, I love all the new stuff, but I grew up in a little country church and you just don't hear that stuff anymore. So I figured I would try to preserve it before it's lost. And, so that's a new ministry for me. I've played the guitar for 14 years and I've just been real nervous about it. And I still stumble from time to time when I'm playing, but I just got back into church. I grew up apostolic Pentecostal, and I just come back to that faith, about 4 months
All
ago.
right, sis.
Yeah, and God's really moving in my life, and just like us getting the diagnosis for Aiden, that's God really moving and showing up, and just he's really, really moving, and that just hearing you, Queen, that was put on your spirit, that you asked them to pray for me. I really appreciate that, because I'm going through some things, and I wanted to bring this up, and I'm hoping that maybe Watwana, you and your husband, and even Ty, what you've been through with your nephew. When we got our diagnosis for my son Aiden, my dad, he was totally against it. He doesn't believe in mental health. He doesn't believe, that I even have bipolar disorder. He doesn't believe that Aiden has autism. And he had said something to my stepsister, and my oldest son was there, and he came home, and he had told me what my dad had said, and they said that Aiden was using this diagnosis that was made up as an excuse. And Aiden had heard my son say that. And there was a time where I was around my dad, and Aiden was too, and he said something really snarky to Aiden, and Aiden got upset. And Aiden does get upset because he handles anger differently. And he slammed his hands down on the table and he broke a tile. And my dad and my stepmother, like, I didn't know what was going on. I was in the house. And when I came outside, this whole situation was happening, and they all attacked me and was like, verbally attacked me, and was saying terrible things to me, like, that's not right. Like, you can't disrespect him that way. And I'm like, but what did you say to him? Like, and it just turned into something really horrible. And, I came home, I was really upset about it. There's been things that's happened in the past. Just a long story. It's really messed up. But, I prayed about it, and God told me, because I was hung on to some scripture that you're supposed to honor your mother and your father. And I talked to God about it, and he told me that to not worry about it, to not worry about going around them, that he was going to present himself to my dad. But my dad has a choice, because our greatest power that God gave us was the power of choice, and we decide if we want to come to him or not. And that God was going to do what he was going to do to present himself to my dad, but my dad would have a choice, that God can't make any promises that he's going to change him. But I won't be held accountable for not going around that, for not having that around my spirit, that there's things over there that I don't need to be around. And so since God told me that, I feel a lot better about it. And now I'm just in the process of healing and praying for his soul, that God can get through to him and work in his life. And, so that's where I'm at. So just you recognizing that there was something going on with me and I needed prayer for, I really appreciate it, Queen. I really do.
Well, glory be to God. Thank you.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Jesse, so if you were raised Pentecostal, I was raised Pentecostal too.
But she didn't give us her channel. I'm waiting to subscribe to her channel.
Oh yeah, drop your channel, Jesse.
Okay. I don't really know a lot about this stuff,
Just
but
say it. Just say it.
She don't know what her channel is. She
I
doing.
don't even know.
She
I
don't
think
even
it's
know her
just my
channel.
name. It's Jessica Landa.
Okay, wait.
Jessica.
I see Jess. Oh no, you typed that in there.
Yeah.
So spell your name. Just spell your name.
Here, I'll put it in the chat here.
I'll tell you, she's gonna find out.
It should. Hold on. Did I even spell my name right? Sorry. Oh no, I didn't even spell my name right. I'm sorry. But it's just
okay,
Jessica.
sis.
Jessica Landa. JESSICALANDA. And it's like I said, that's just like the first video I made. I did it like yesterday, I think. But I hope to add some more songs and stuff to it, and I hope that it brings someone a blessing. That's my main goal. Is I just want to get God's love and glory and mercy and grace to people, and that's I just felt led to do that. So.
You talking
Yes,
right,
I'm
sis.
interested to hear it. So, Ty, do you have a show? Do you have a channel?
Hello?
Yes. Do you have a channel?
Okay, so right now I'm working along with my best friend. Her name is also Ty. I call myself Basic Ty because I'm just TY. She's TYE. And she's a psychiatrist and has her own practice. So we're working on our own podcast at the time. So we'll be coming out with that soon. I would say within the next, within the next couple weeks or so, because we're
Oh,
coming up with topics and everything. Yeah.
yeah.
About mental
I
health
would.
and everything. So we're super excited about that.
Yeah. I would really love for you guys to come on the show and break the ice, let people know where they can follow you and maybe like bring up a topic and touch on it. I think that'll be awesome.
Yeah, most definitely. I'm about to hit her up because we both have insomnia. I have insomnia and she does too. Unfortunately, she's not here this weekend. She comes sometimes she'll come down to my house. She's in Jersey, I'm in Delaware. But yeah, so we have that coming up, and when she's been working on topics and everything. I'm one of her case studies, so that will be very interesting.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So you know, it's going to be super fun. People, or well, her family, they have definitely uh, let me in with open arms. They've
Yeah.
welcomed me with open arms. Um, but like her clinical friends, like the doctors, all that. She's invited me to. I've been to all those parties and stuff. And she's like, see, I really do have a friend named Ty, like another friend named Ty. And she doesn't get,
Mm-hmm.
because they were giving her the side eye, like, mm, no, you
Wow.
don't. So, yeah,
Yeah.
all good. We're in the works.
Cool. Well, listen, ladies, I want to thank you all for coming out tonight and sharing experiences, engaging, and also being vulnerable. That I know it took a lot of courage to speak up on, uncomfortable topics because it's not normalized. But here it is, Um, but I want to thank you all for coming out tonight. And I guess we can end the show now. You guys can definitely come back. I hope you all are subscribed. And yeah, I think that's it. Thank you,
All
Jesse,
love.
for your yes. Thank you for your input. And thank you for the fellowship. Ty, thank you. Waltwana, thank you as well. Sonia, thank you as well. And everybody in the chat, Miss Debbie Lowe, and everybody. Okay, on that note, we are going to head on out. I'm your host, Goddess Tulsa. This is Goddess Tulsa Radio. And until next time, we're out. Hello, and welcome to Goddess Tulsa Radio. Make sure you're following us on Spreaker, iHeartRadio, Apple Music, Google Music, and YouTube on all of our platforms. We have After Dark, Hot Topics, special guests, and engagement here. If you would like to send Goddess Tulsa gifts, you can do so at P.O. Box 195, 1717 North Peoria Avenue, Suite 2, Tulsa, Oklahoma, 74106. And if you like to donate to the Cash App, it is beautiful 070707. Thank you so much for coming out to the Goddess Tulsa show. And we appreciate you. If